contrast, also referred to as antithesis, is one of the most basic of all rhetorical strategies and has been well known since antiquity, with it being taught by the sophists since at least the 4th century before the Common Era. The benefits of this approach is that it provides an anticipated completion point by often providing a first and second parts that are rhythmically balanced and contain similarities of length, content, and grammatical structure. For instance, President John F. Kennedy's "Ask not what your country can do for you, ask what you can do for your country" is a memorable and much repeated example of antithesis. With this video, we see another classic use of contrast by JFK, although we can also observe other rhetorical tools in combination. This speech, officially titled as the Address at Rice University on the nation's space effort, was given in Houston, Texas on September 12, 1962, and was attended by around 40,000 people, of which many were Rice University students.
But why, some say, the moon? Why choose this as our goal? And they may well ask, why climb the highest mountain? Why, 35 years ago, fly the Atlantic? Why does Rice play Texas? We choose to go to the moon. We choose to go to the moon. We choose to go to the moon in this decade and do the other things, not because they are easy, but because they are hard. Because that goal will serve to organize and measure the best of our energies and skills. Because that challenge is one that we're willing to accept, one we are unwilling to postpone, and one we intend to win, and the others too.
The list is another well-known rhetorical tool, as it provides an endpoint that may be anticipated by the audience. This is especially the case with the 3-part list, in which the first 2 parts set up the punchline, with the 3rd point providing the completion. This 3-point AAB format can be seen in not just speeches, but in jokes, with the punchline being set up by 2 previous point-setting patterns. With this clip, we hear U.S. President Ronald Reagan making historic Brandenburg Gate speech on June 12, 1987. He used this rhetorical form to pressure his Russian counterpart, General Secretary Mikhail Gorbachev, to open East Germany to the West. The speech by Reagan was notable for being a fairly blunt statement about removing a major symbol of the Cold War between the United States and the USSR, the Berlin Wall.
General Secretary Gorbachev, if you seek peace, if you seek prosperity for the Soviet Union and Eastern Europe, if you seek liberalization, come here to this gate. Mr. Gorbachev, open this gate. Mr. Gorbachev, Mr. Gorbachev, tear down this wall.
President George W. with puzzle solution as a rhetorical device. By asking a question, the speaker establishes the audience's attention by developing a sense of anticipation with a statement of the puzzle or problem, and then by offering the solution that is the message, thus evoking the audience's response. As can be seen with this example from 3 days after September 11, 2001, Bush uses not just a list, with its completion denoted by "and," but also provides a puzzle and solution to that puzzle. This speech, referred to as the Bullhorn speech, is seen as a key moment in which our 43rd president found his voice as a leader. From this point forward, the country went on to begin the War on Terror.
Thank you all. I want you all to know can't go any louder. I want you all to know that America today is on bended knee in prayer for the people whose lives were lost here, for the workers who work here, for the families who mourn. This nation stands with the good people of New York City and New Jersey and Connecticut as we mourn the loss of thousands of our citizens. I can hear you. I can hear you. The rest of the world hears you. And the people who knocked these buildings down will hear all of us soon. The nation sends its love and compassion.
God bless America!
To everybody who is here. Thank you for your hard work. Thank you for making the nation proud. And may God bless America.
The headline punchline form of rhetoric can be seen as very similar to the puzzle solution, albeit simpler, as the speaker proposes to make a declaration, a pledge, or announcement, then actually proceeds to make it. By calling attention to what they plan to say in advance of saying it, the speaker provides the audience time and a completion point for their applause, laughter, or invited boos. With this example, we see President Barack Obama at the White House Correspondents' Dinner from April 25, 2015, using a variety of rhetorical tools, including, most obviously, contrast, to make his point.
Anyway, as always, I want to close on a more serious note. You know, I often joke about tensions between me and the press, but honestly, what they say doesn't bother me. I understand we've got an adversarial system. I'm a mellow sort of guy. And that's why I invited Luther, my anger translator, to join me here tonight.
Hold on to your lily white butts.
In our fast-changing world, traditions like the White House Correspondents' Dinner are important.
I mean, really? What is this dinner? And why am I required to come to it? Jeb Bush, do you really want to do this?
Because despite our differences, we count on the press to shed light on the most important issues of the day.
And we can count on Fox News to terrify old white people with some nonsense. Sharia law is coming to Cleveland, run for the damn hills! Y'all's ridiculous.
We won't always see eye to eye.
Oh, and CNN, thank you so much for the wall-to-wall Ebola coverage. For 2 whole weeks, we were one step away from the Walking Dead. And then y'all got up and just moved on to the next thing. That was awesome. Oh, and by the way, just if you haven't noticed, you don't have Ebola.
But I still deeply appreciate the work that you do.
Y'all remember when I had that big old hole in the bottom of the Gulf of Mexico, and then I plugged it? Remember that? Which Obama's Katrina was that one? Was that 19, or was it 20, because I can't remember.
Protecting our democracy is more important than ever. For example, the Supreme Court ruled that the donor who gave Ted Cruz $6 million was just exercising free speech.
Yeah, it's the kind of speech like this. I just wasted $6 million.
And it's not just Republicans. Hillary will have to raise huge sums of money, too.
Oh, yeah. She gonna get that money. She gonna get all the money. Khaleesi is coming to Westeros. Watch out! Whoa!
The nonstop focus on billionaire donors creates real problems for our democracy.
And that's why we're running for a third term.
No, we're not.
We're not?
No.
Who the hell said that?
But we do need to stay focused on some big challenges, like climate change.
Hey, listen, y'all, if you haven't noticed, California is bone dry. It looked like a trailer for the new Mad Max movie up in there. Y'all think that Bradley Cooper came here because he wants to talk to Chuck Todd? He needed a glass of water. Come on.
The science is clear. The science is clear. 9 out of the 10 hottest years ever came in the last decade.
Now, I'm not a scientist, but I do know how to count to 10.
Rising seas, more violent storms.
You got mosquitoes, sweaty people on the train stinking it up. It's just nasty.
I mean, look at what's happening right now. Every serious scientist says we need to act. The Pentagon says it's a national security risk. Miami floods on a sunny day, and instead of doing anything about it, we've got elected officials throwing snowballs in the Senate.
Okay, I think I got it, bro.
It is crazy. What about our kids? What kind of stupid, short-sighted, irresponsible bull?
Whoa, hey!
What?
Okay, no, hey.
What?
All due respect, sir, you don't need an anger translator. You need counseling. So now I'm out of here, man. I ain't trying to get into all this.
Go. Luther, my anger translator, ladies and gentlemen.
Finally, we have an example of position taking in which the speaker describes a state of affairs towards which they take a strongly evaluative stance. Position taking can be simple or complex. This example comes from Dr. Martin Luther King Jr.'s I Have a Dream speech during the March on Washington for Jobs and Freedom on August 28, 1963. Here, Martin Luther King called for civil and economic rights and an end to racism in the United States at the Lincoln Memorial in a speech that culminated in his taking a position based upon his statement, I have a dream.
Just as I have a dream that my 4 little children will one day live in a nation where they will not be judged by the color of their skin, but by the content of their character. I have a dream today.
Peter Boll and Carolus Miskinnis, in their cross-cultural research that considered Japan, the United Kingdom, and the United States, identified multiple additional tools. Some of these address the social identification between the audience and the speaker, such as greetings to and by the public figure, or the speaker expressing appreciation to the audience for being there. However, there are more assertive and different types of rhetorical tools that are used by speakers to get their points across. Pursuit occurs during cases in which the speaker recompletes or summarizes a point already made, but was not responded to with applause. The speaker wants to make sure the audience gets the point, so reiterates the point in pursuit of an observable audience response. This is very similar to request for agreement from the audience in confirmation of a point the speaker already made. More aggressive rhetorical tools have also been identified by Boll and Miskinnis. Negative naming occurs when a public figure or social group is targeted for abuse or ridicule, and is obvious to all those who identify the enemy already. For their part, humor and jokes invites audience laughter, and are often used in service of attacks by more subtly targeting the opposition.